speaking of lying, here is Senator Bill Cassidy, Republican from Louisiana, who understands, and this is both the value of what Jimmy Kimmel said the other night when he told this really heartbreaking story about his son, and in many ways inspiring. And he made the point of saying, you know, without calling it Obamacare, really, but he said that there was, you know, until very recently, we didn't have, you could be denied health insurance if you had a pre-existing condition. And he said, it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat or whatnot. Well, sadly, we learned yesterday that it does. That's why it was a party line vote.
Right.
And the unfortunate thing about him not being specific about that is that a Republican can pretend that he is adopting the measures that Kimmel is saying and exploit Kimmel. But I'm willing to bet anything. I know where Bill Cassidy is going to end up voting. And what he's going to end up voting on is not going to be anything that is going to allow for pre-existing conditions for all, or the prevention of being denied of health insurance because of a pre-existing condition by all people. I'm willing to bet everything I own that Bill Cassidy will be on the wrong side of that vote. But here he is pretending otherwise with John Berman on CNN.
Could you support a bill? Let's not talk in absolutes, but in general terms, could you support a bill that allows insurance companies to cap their payouts to customers?
As you present that, I asked, does it pass the Jimmy Kimmel Test? Would the child born with a congenital heart disease be able to get everything she or he would need in that first year of life? I want it to pass the Jimmy Kimmel Test. So, simple answer, I want to make sure, and the Cassidy-Collins bill accomplishes this, that if a child is born and has tetralogy of Fallot, I think that's what this child had, that they would receive all the services even if they go over a certain amount. Mm-hmm. So, simple answer, I want to make sure folks get the care they need.
All right, pause it. This is one of the most disingenuous things that I think you really could, I mean, and what's so disgusting about this is that he knows it. The question that Berman asks is, what about insurance caps? In other words, if you have this disease this kid is born with, and you have a lifetime cap on what insurance will pay out at $1 million, which was the standard of insurance prior to the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, you would still get that service. It's just that the insurance company wouldn't be paying the rest of it. And so you would have a bill. I would imagine that first week, the hospital is not going to just stop as soon as your insurance runs out. But if you're going to come back, that hospital may say, like, whoa, 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 you already owe us $250,000. Because you were in here for, a month. And we did multiple open heart surgeries. You owe us $1.2 million. And your insurance company's only done $1 million. We're going to probably need to see something on that $200,000. And then, you mortgage your house. Or you sell your house. Or you borrow some money from your friends and you pay it off. And then going forward, there's no insurance money for that kid. Let's go back. Just keep in mind, that's what it is. Because this is the most disingenuous way of answering this question. And this is the problem when you try and make something apolitical that is definitely political. He asked the question about insurance payment caps. And this cretin, Bill Cassidy, sort of very slyly dodges the question. And I guess in a way that maybe John Berman didn't particularly notice.
As you present that.
As you present it.
I asked, does it pass the Jimmy Kimmel Test? Would the child born with a congenital heart disease be able to get everything she or he would need in that first year of life? I want it to pass the Jimmy Kimmel Test. So, simple answer, I want to make sure, and the Cassidy-Collins bill accomplishes this, that if a child is born and has tetralogy of Fallot, I think that's what this child had, that they would receive all the services even if they go over a certain amount. So, a simple answer, I want to make sure folks get the care they need.
Yeah, so they get the services even if they go over that amount, and then the family goes bankrupt. 50% of all bankruptcies, 50% of all bankruptcies prior to 2014 were a function, personal bankruptcies were a function of healthcare costs. 50%. So what's old is new again, folks. Isn't that nice?
I have a piece of legislation that will specifically protect Jimmy Kimmel's baby. If he ever loses that late night gig, we'll take care of him. It's the Jimmy Kimmel Test.
That is what it's called, building the critique into the product. Hi, folks. It's Sam Seder. You know me from just a minute ago. Listen, we've had a problem on YouTube. Let me make a graphic visualization. Back in March, our revenue and the ads that were monetized was a lot, like here. And now, over the course of actually within a day into April, it's down to about here. Now, this is just a artist rendering, but that's basically it. We were here, and now we're here. That's because of some YouTube thing where advertisers were concerned on being on hate sites. And of course, we're a news organization that sometimes talks about hateful people, and we got caught up in their algorithm. I thought it would be fixed by now. It's not. We need your help to keep giving you free content on YouTube. We don't have the advertiser support that we had even back, here. So we're looking for your help. Go to our Patreon site, give a couple of bucks. Literally, you could give a couple, and it would be very helpful. Head over there. Here's the link right here or down there. It's somewhere around here. Find it and go help us out. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.